In this episode, let's talk about conference swag. Just a little bit. Not a full review, although we've done reviews about stuff like that in the past on here. But let's talk about conference swag and what it says about your company. If you're going to exhibit at a conference, if you're going to give stuff away, it should be reflective of your brand, right? And it should emphasize the positive aspects of your brand that you want to highlight, that you want to be in sync, right? So your conference swag, if you're going to give it away, should reflect who you are as a company and what you're all about. So let me give you a couple of examples here, because I think that it's an important thing to keep in mind. So this is one from a company called Let's Sign It. And they give away a certificate that says, scan this card to get a charity gift card, which is pretty clever because it allows you, the recipient, to get a $10 charity gift card you can donate to the charity of your choice. So what does this say about this company? It says this company, instead of spending money on some kind of tchotchke that probably is going to end up in a landfill, they would like us to instead support other organizations. That's a pretty cool idea. And yet, of course, they still manage to get all the sales stuff in. So the message is not getting lost. But I at least have an incentive to take this thing home and look at it first before putting it in the recycling pile. Now, if you're going to give away stuff, again, the stuff should reflect your brand and what you want to say about it. So let me give you an example. This is a multi-headed cable from Linode. Full disclosure, client of my employer. This is a USB-A on one end, right here, which is your standard big old USB cut jack, and then 3 heads at this end. We have USB A micro, which is the little 6-pin micro USB. We have a lightning cable for iPhones, and we have a USB-C connector. These 3 pins are the ones most commonly used for connecting phones to things, right? So this is a technical piece of hardware. It's a heavy-duty braided cable. It feels nice. It seems very durable. And so from a technology perspective, Linode is a technical company. They do server hosting, among other things. And I use them for my email newsletter. Remember, disclosure, client of my company. This speaks well of the company. It says that if they're willing to invest, because this is not an inexpensive cable. This is a pretty nice cable. Braided cables are generally more expensive. This says that they are it feels like they're a technically competent organization that understands what somebody would value in technology, right? You want something that's durable. You want something that is heavy duty. You want something that is really nice. This one here is from a company called Media Next, and same general idea, right? This is USB micro, lightning, and USB-C, and it's got a little winder reel. Now, this cable is a fairly thin cable. It's thin and it's rubber insulated. It's got this little spring thing that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Cool idea, right? It's definitely fancy. It's definitely a little bit flashy, but you can tell that it's going to have durability problems over time. But in a pinch, it'll do, and certainly, obviously, it's not bad. But again, the spring in this winder is going to have some issues. Now, this company, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to shame people unnecessarily. This is somebody. It's a marketing technology company. They're giving this away. There's a USB-A, which is this yellow one here. Then there is a micro USB, a mini USB, 6-pin mini USB, which nobody uses anymore. I'm sorry, and there's 2 micro USB. So there's no lightning and no USB-C. This is from a technology company. It's definitely on the flimsy side. These are thin rubber laminated cables, and there's no USB-C, no lightning. This was made by a company that decided to go with the cheapest possible option, right? This is kind of junk. And I know this company. I know this company's software, and it kind of reflects the company, right? It kind of reflects their software. Their software is okay-ish, but it's not great. It's troublesome to use. Their support team was terrible when I worked with them years ago. And it's funny how the conference swag represents, and it is really a symbol of how that company does business. It's not great. So if you're going to do swag, we've given you a couple of different examples here. If you're going to do swag, do it in a way that reflects your company and its brand and the message that you want to send to somebody when they pick the thing up, a week from an event, a month, a year. This Linode cable, I've been using this thing now for like 6 months. It's durable. It's held up well. And no surprise, my service with them is durable and is held up well also. Think about the message you're sending to somebody. And if you can't commit to building conference swag that represents your brand well, don't do it. You're better off not doing something than doing it really poorly. Anyway, that's the news for today. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.